Hey guys, what's up? It's jjaaxxthelegend, and today I'm going to be showing you guys two awesome but pretty simple alternative ways of placing your rails that will make your railways go so much faster without using too many extra resources. And some of them, like this one here, actually saves you on some gold. Now let's start off by looking at how fast we travel along a regular fully powered minecart rail. So it's pretty fast, but it's not the fastest thing ever, is it? So, let's move across to our second one, which is sort of these curvy donut patterns. This is the fastest and the most resource efficient when it comes to saving you on gold, but it does use more iron, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue if you have an awesome iron farm. Link for mine will be in the description down below. But it does take a bit more of your time than just placing regular rails, but it is so much faster to ride across. Let's have a look at it. Go across here, and you can see, whoa, I go into like supersonic speed. Now, all of these two rail alternatives are only one way, so that means you have to build one for going there and one for going back. But look how fast you go across it. Let's go across that one more time. That's insane. Now, every so often, you do have to put in a booster rail because these are regular rails. You are going to run out of power eventually, but that isn't too much of an issue. Now this one here, you don't need to put booster rails in, but it doesn't save you on as many resources because you do use powered rails, but it is faster than just regular straight up powered rails, and you'll be able to see that. Let's go here. You can see we do get a bit more speed. Although it's not an insane amount, but it is a bit more. Let's go back to this one to compare it. Going across there. It is a visible amount of speed, as you can see. Now, I'm not going to be giving you a material list for these because the materials are just rails, and it all depends on how far you build these. I'm going to be building mine pretty short. We'll just go with like 5 or 6 blocks or something like that, but they're tileable, so you just continue this right down to the very end of your railway. Now with this first wet rail, which is a curved regular rail that goes super fast, the fastest out of the two that I'll be showing you, we're going to start off by placing some rails at the start and at the end, which we've got. We want to break this first rail here and create a circle. Then we can add this back. It shouldn't connect to the circle. We want to continue these rail circles right along like so. There should be 2x2 circles and none of them should be connected. We will have to break this at the end. Oh no, we don't. So then you will have this circle like this with this rail not being connected. Now that you've got this, it should look like that. Going right across to the end. Now come beside these rails and dig 3 blocks down. Once you've done this, come down to the hole and directly under these rails here, break this block going right across to the very end like we did with this. Then we want to place levers going right across, like so. Like that. Now that we've got these levers placed, we want to temporarily break this rail at the start and break the bottom left corner of all of these rails except for the one at the start, like this. Then, coming back to the start, we want to flick 2 levers, like this. Oop, those are already flicked on. They should appear like that. We want to place a rail, flick 2 more of these levers, place a rail, flick 2 more of the levers, and go forward like this. You should be able to continue this pattern right until the very end. Now, if you are struggling with jumping up and placing the rails, you can add in a block like this and still be able to flick the levers. It might become a little bit tricky to flick the levers, but if you can get the hang of it, it is actually faster in survival to do it this way, to have blocks along the bottom here. So at the end, it should connect up nice and evenly like this, and you can even break this lever here if you flick this lever on down there. So now let's hop on the minecart. By adding in the minecart here, it'll connect it up like that. Then we want to grab our minecart out, and you'll see it'll be super fast. Now, like I said earlier, all of these rails are one way, so you'll need to make one of these going to your place and one going back. Now, depending on the length of your rail once you've finished off this pattern, you may need to add in a few booster rails. And what I mean by that is just a small section, like 2 or 3 long, that is a break in this curved sort of pattern. Because these are regular rails, your minecart is going to run out of power, and that's why we need the booster rails. Now let's move on to the next rail. Now with the final rail option we are doing, the second one, it is going to use few more powered rails, however it is a lot faster to place down and you don't need any booster rails. We're going to be starting this off at the end here, and we're going to place a powered rail and then a curved rail like this, curving into this side here. Now it is important to remember for both of these rails that you don't have any obstructions on the side of them like walls. This is because otherwise the minecart will glitch into it and you will take a little bit of damage and it will break the rail. So these need to be in a slightly more open area. Now at the end here you will have to fix this up like so. Then, once we've got this, you want to come through with a lever and just flick all of these rails on. Then you can go ahead and break this rail on the edge like this. And then, you are good to hop on the end here and keep on going. Mine cart. And boom, we've got a super speedy rail. Now this one isn't as speedy, but like I said, it's faster to place down and you don't need booster rails. So there's pros and cons for both of them. Now, your choice of these rails really depends on how much time you have and how many resources. If you want super speed and you have quite a bit of time, this rail here, the first one, is probably your best bet. But if you want something quick, but you have loads of resources, this one here, this second one, is your best bet. So that's going to be the end of this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, and remember to subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys later. And remember, stay carbonated.